There's a homeless man hiding in my couch. Every night he sneaks inside before I get home. I actually discovered him a while ago, but I can't expose him just yet. My name is Shujing. I'm an ordinary office worker. From the countryside, I used to fantasize about some rich guy falling for me, and going from rags to riches. I went on dates with wealthy men behind my boyfriend's back, but without exception, they were all just playing around. It left me disappointed, so I shifted my focus to my married boss. That day, the boss's wife came to the office and had a huge fight with him. The boss was in a foul mood and ended up staying at the office. I knew my chance had come. I brought him water, showed him concern and care, comforting his troubled heart. I made it very obvious, so he could tell I was a girl looking to climb the social ladder. He asked about my situation. I answered honestly, telling him about my family's financial struggles. He immediately gave me several thousand yuan, like a caring older brother. The boss let me into his luxury car. I pretended to be a nervous, curious country girl, touching this, touching that, with a face full of envy. The boss introduced me to vanity, and I found great satisfaction in it. Just watch. Winning over a man is this easy. After a while, being together felt natural and effortless.
He took me to stay in the finest hotels.
To feel my youthful energy. During this time, after seeing the world of the rich, I grew more and more hopeful for the future. I was ready to make my final move. I made the boss get a divorce, then marry me. Everything I did was for this moment. The boss was torn, but in the end he agreed. He said he couldn't stand living with a tired old hag anymore. I was thrilled. I dreamed that my life as a rich wife was finally about to begin. Often the boss would take me to all kinds of upscale places. I had to be ready. I needed to break up with my boyfriend. Otherwise, it would cause trouble. My boyfriend was my first love. We grew up together since childhood. Childhood sweethearts. We'd been together since high school. We dreamed together about the future. Getting into the same university. My boyfriend worked hard and was very ambitious. Not only getting into college, but even though we were in a long-distance relationship and rarely met, she still gave me all the money she earned. I loved him deeply and cherished him dearly. But reality was harsh. When I saw female classmates carrying designer bags, when I saw their boyfriends dressed so fashionably, while I was wearing cheap street market clothes, plus having a plain boyfriend, I changed after that. Relying on my young body, I made quite a bit of money, bought many designer bags. My boyfriend noticed something was wrong. He started questioning me, asking where the money came from. But I was already prepared. I showed him dozens of cheap knockoff bags I bought online. My boyfriend stopped doubting me. He apologized. I didn't want to hurt my boyfriend. He was my first man, and the one I loved most. But for the sake of my future, I had to harden my heart and break up with him. He cried bitterly, yet he didn't blame me at all. Watching his staggering figure retreat, my heart broke into pieces. He said nothing. He seemed to know everything, but he never called me out. Even now, at this moment, he was protecting my dignity, but I was helpless. What I wanted, he couldn't give me. If one day I live with ease and grace, I'll come find him. I steeled my resolve and got myself in top form, doing everything I could to win over the boss, not letting him slip through my fingers. Just as I was lost in dreams of a wealthy lady's life, an unexpected visitor came to me. No matter the price, I would never leave him behind. He loves me. Not you. You're already old. I looked at the boss's wife opposite me and said what girls like me always say. The boss's wife wasn't angry, but rather looked at me with contempt. He pulled out his phone and showed me a video. Judging by the angle, it must be from a security camera. In the footage, the boss pointed at his wife and cursed loudly. "You worthless piece of trash. If you can give birth, I wouldn't go looking for other women. The only reason I seek other women is for a child. This is my father's dying wish. If I'm the last in my generation, how am I supposed to face my father in the afterlife? Fine, then promise me, as long as it's that child, no other woman. Just a gold digger who sucks up to power. I don't even care about her. Besides, divorcing you doesn't benefit me. You hold a large share in the company." After watching the video, I felt like I'd fallen into an ice cellar. It turns out I was just a baby-making tool in her eyes. She never really intended to marry me. I never had the chance to be a rich wife. She said she'd give you 500,000 after the baby's born. I don't want that. I, Wang Guixiang, have no intention of raising someone else's child. Over the years, he's despised me for getting old and faded, and repeatedly cheated on me. I know it all too well. I stopped wanting to live with him a long time ago. But he holds the majority shares in the company. Even if we divorce, I won't get much. But if he dies? What do you mean? As the saying goes, a woman's heart can be the most poisonous. If you want to gain something, you have to be willing to pay the price. If he dies, I'll give you 3 million. 5 million. Your company's market value is nearly 70 or 80 million. I want 5 million. That's not too much. Once the deal was sealed, I thought of someone. A homeless man who was lusting after me. The longing in his eyes for me was impossible to hide. I decided to use him. After observing for a while, I threw a book into the trash heap he often rummaged through. Sure enough, after he picked it up, he started following me. He came into my room. On the first night, I knew he was hiding under the bed. When I went to sleep that night, I had a knife hidden under my pillow. I couldn't dare close my eyes. Fortunately, although this homeless man was greasy and disgusting, he was all bark and no bite, but I could sense just how deeply obsessed he was with me. Unexpectedly, he had the nerve to sneak into the couch. I had no choice but to pretend I didn't know anything. I habitually stayed on the sofa long enough before leaving, not letting him suspect anything. The plan was underway. I brought my boss home, intentionally provoking him. My eyes landed on the sofa. I saw intense movements. I knew the homeless man was about to lose his temper. Would he kill someone? Did he dare to kill? I decided to take a gamble. That day, nervous yet excited, I told my boss, I forgot to bring the company files. These files were very important to the company. Since I had no car, I acted coy and asked him to fetch them for me. Without hesitation, my boss agreed. I waited hopefully until nightfall. What thrilled me was my boss didn't return to the company and he didn't answer my calls. I was ecstatic. It was as if 5 million was waving right at me. After work, I couldn't wait to rush home. In the neighborhood parking lot, I saw my boss's luxury car. My heart pounding with excitement, I went back inside. Everything was just as usual at home. I sat down on the sofa. I can still sense the homeless man is here. What if the boss was killed by him? Where did the body go? I secretly wondered. Judging by the size of this couch, hiding two people should be no problem. 3 days later, the stench definitely couldn't be hidden anymore. That's when I'd call the police. The boss's death has nothing to do with me. Once I get the 5 million, I'll go find my ex-boyfriend and settle down with him quietly. Even though I'm selfish, I'm not blind. I know who I need to be with to be happy. After that, I didn't go to the office. I just stayed home waiting. Over time, I finally caught a strange smell. In my heart, I was overjoyed. On the 3rd day, the boss's wife suddenly contacted me. She angrily cursed at me, calling me a liar. She said her husband was not dead at all. She admitted her husband was missing for 2 days, but showed up again today. She said she just spoke to him on the phone. I was struck by a bolt from the blue. The boss is still alive, so where's that terrible smell coming from? Could a homeless man have died inside? Just then, the door suddenly opened. The boss walked in, smiling from ear to ear. Why haven't you contacted me for so long? And you haven't shown up at the company either. Some family issues have got me down. I'm hungry. Take me out to eat. The stench in the room is overwhelming. I just want the boss to get out quickly, but he flat out refuses. Then he starts groping me, completely oblivious to the smell in the room. Until late into the night, I try to escape on my own, but the boss pins me down. Suddenly, there's a noise coming from the sofa. At that moment, my fear hit its peak. Wasn't the homeless man already dead? Then who's making that noise by the sofa?